Hey friends, Sean from SGT Report here with a very important update about how YouTube continues to censor free speech. So, as a YouTube partner who has always remained in good standing with YouTube, I was hit with a community guideline strike against my channel. I logged into my YouTube channel 2 days ago and I was greeted with this message, and it's pretty upsetting because if they can flag this video, the Virginia shooting uncloaked, which was an interview with Sofia Smallstorm, they can issue a strike against any video. There is no content or conversation that will be protected from community guideline strikes from YouTube under the U.S. Constitution. So the warning is, as you may know, our community guidelines describe which content we allow and don't allow on YouTube. Your video, the Virginia shooting uncloaked, Sofia Smallstorm, was flagged for review. So I think that means that somebody flagged it and sent it onto YouTube as being offensive or bullying, whatever. And so they reviewed it, and they say, upon review, we've determined that it violates our guidelines. We've removed it from YouTube and assigned a community guideline strike or temporary penalty to your account. So now what does that mean? If I get 3 strikes, they delete my channel. And I did not even know what video that was, so I had to Google it. This video that they've flagged now retroactively was released on September 7th, 2015. That's nearly 2 years ago, my friends. So if they can flag a conversation between 2 consenting adults that is a profanity-free conversation about an event, 2 years after it's been released on the internet, they can flag any video at any time for any reason. So why did I get the strike? Who knows? They've deleted the content. I don't get to review the interview. It was nearly 2 years ago. So how does one defend themselves? And as for the nature of the strike, let's review this alert I got from YouTube on July 6th. Video content restrictions. YouTubers share their opinions on a wide range of different topics. However, there's a fine line between passionate debate and personal attacks. As our community guidelines outline, YouTube is not a platform for things like predatory behavior, stalking, threats, harassment, bullying, or intimidation. Guys, if that's why I got that strike, I can guarantee you that Sofia Smallstorm and myself did not engage in any threats, harassment, bullying, intimidation, or stalking in that video. It's completely ludicrous. And of course, I appealed it, but I don't expect that to change anything. But my response in my appeal against the strike was this. This video was merely a conversation about an event, a conversation with no profanity, protected under the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Please re-review with this fact in mind. But guys, it's getting very serious on YouTube. They're coming after all of us because if they give you 1 strike, they can certainly dig up a reason to give you another strike. They won't tell you what you've done to offend their system. They won't tell you what the bullying is. They'll just delete the content and issue you a strike. And a YouTuber out there whose videos I've been sharing at thephaser.com recently goes by the name Hard Bastard. He just recently covered this same issue in his video titled "The Increase in YouTube Strikes is Crippling Free Speech and Open Discussion." And he says this about getting a first strike.
If you get a second strike, I would highly recommend either, and I know this is drastic, but it's really up to you if you want to keep your channel or not, or risk it. Either private or delete all your videos until they expire. I don't think there's any other move. Because as has been demonstrated with V, you can get a community guideline strike for anything. Any one of our channels could be eliminated with community guideline strikes under the current system. So I think there's no other choice. Now, the reason I say maybe even delete them is because harmful opinions, he got a strike on a private video. He was actually testing out the system. So he put a naughty word in a video and made it private, and that got a community guideline strike. That's scary as fuck.
You know what's scary about all of this is, again, there is no recourse. You don't know who your accusers are. You don't know what in the conversation could have been earmarked as bullying, and you have no ability for a redress of your grievances. You just get the strike, they delete your content, and then you pray you don't get another strike. So as a result of this, I've gone through and I've made my Sofia Smallstorm interviews unlisted. But I know that doesn't really matter because they could come after me for any conversations that I've had with Oli Damagard, or they could come after me for any conversations I've had with any of my guests, because we talk about challenging content, but we always try to deal in facts, which is quite contrary to the way Mockingbird mainstream outlets like CNN operate. And guys, I'll leave you with this. My friend the honeybee, Melissa, recently made a video about the identity of the Elsagate couple. And I think what's important about this is that the double standards on YouTube are stupefying, because they will allow all sorts of child abuse. They'll allow videos which suggest child pedophilia. They'll allow videos which clearly violate copyright in terms of Spider-Man and Disney's Elsa. And these series of videos that are very, very popular and have millions and millions of views are, to any thinking person, quite offensive. And they're targeted at our children, but YouTube's 100% okay with that.
And like I said, go to Google, type in Frozen, Elsa, fun, Spider-Man, and look at the images that come out. This isn't kid stuff. This is sick.
I'll pause it right there, friends. The double standard on YouTube is very disturbing, but the double standard, of course, in our mainstream Mockingbird media is also devastatingly stupefying. Just look at the Project Veritas videos, which proves, in CNN producers' own words, that what they deal in on a daily basis can best be described as quote-unquote fake news. There is a war on, my friends. It's a war for truth. A very special thanks to my patrons over at Patreon/SGT Report. It's never been more clear how much we need you to stay in this war for truth. You are providing us a lifeline to stay in this fight. Thanks so much for watching, and for real news 24/7, visit us at sgtreport.com.
Are you familiar with it's kind of controversial now, Bill C-16? You would have to recognize somebody's preferred gender pronoun, and if you don't, you could be thrown in jail, essentially. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's amazing. I think that they should totally go for that.